What's good? It's your man Kofi Bafford, aka Kof Baff. I'm the latest member of the How to Rap team with my man 100 Grand Drew Morrissey. Now, which rapper is at the centerpiece of today's topic of discussion? You guessed it, but you really didn't. Jack Harlow. Now, let it be known, I am personally a fan of Jack Harlow. I think he's one of the shining stars of this rap generation. But never mind what I think of him. What's more important of a discussion is to highlight techniques as a rapper that Jack Harlow uses in his music to make his songs outstanding and memorable. A little on myself, I started out producing and making beats, and I got into rapping, and eventually I went to school for audio engineering. The good news is all my life I've been a rap enthusiast and an analyst, almost to the point of obsession. And what that means is there are minuscule things that I notice about rap techniques that may go over the heads of those with untrained ears. But never fear, that's why I'm here. For all of you aspiring rappers, I'm here to catch you up to speed. And that leads me to my very first technique I'd like to highlight about Jack Harlow, which is he is himself. And I've never met that man to know it, but I'm convinced, and I'll tell you why I'm convinced. Let's start with his vocal tone and approach. Throughout Jack Harlow's debut studio album, That's What They All Say, you can characterize Jack Harlow's rap demeanor as calm, conversational, relaxed, and almost even nonchalant. In the song Funny Seeing You Here, Jack Harlow appears to recount his past with a former lover. But what's important to note in this song is his delivery. So let's listen to a snippet.
Yeah, it's been a minute now. Your friends just started listening to my music, but I've been in style. You say that I play too much, but we both know I've been a child. I asked you when you got to town. You say that you been in town. It's fucked up. So you just wasn't gonna hit me? Looking like this, you thought it wasn't gonna tempt me?
So, I'm gonna start with the end of my point before I even begin to explain why this is important. To put it concisely, rap like you talk. I'll say it again. Rap like you talk. It is encouraged to rap the way that you talk. If you listen closely, you will hear that Jack Harlow takes conversational phrases he might actually speak in real life and inputs them into his rap. Case in example, ask you when you got to town, you say that you been in town, so you wasn't gonna hit me? In many social circles, we all understand the term hit up or hit me, which simply means phone call or reach out. And Jack Harlow has taken what is a common phrase and implemented that into his verses the way that he would say it. In fact, if you listen, you can imagine him being at a bar or at the house party and saying that line to a girl. You're in town and you didn't hit me. You're looking like this, you thought you weren't gonna tempt me? However that he would deliver it, he delivered it his way, being himself, which helps to achieve the believability of his presence. You've heard that variation in regular speak before, and what Jack Harlow has taken again is a regular conversational tone and lingo that he may use in everyday speech and has implemented them into his lyrics to present and convey a hyper-reality style of rap at which you could place yourself in this instance or relate to the moment. His opening line is, I know you hate the way we drifted, but we both inside this party and we lifted, so what's up? What you can learn from this is not to talk or speak or sound like Jack Harlow, but to take your everyday lingo, common phrases, colloquialisms, slang, neighborhood jargon, regional speak, and incorporate them into a verbal pattern accompanied by a rhyme scheme of your choice, aka rap bar. It is truly one of the most effective ways to achieve a believability about yourself, which is what this whole section is about. Believability. Again, to put it concisely, rap like you talk. By the way, this ties right back into one of my fundamentals, which is be yourself. While it is fairly easy for the listener to tell who you are, it is much easier for the listener to tell who you are not. And after all, if you don't believe yourself, then why should we? Technique number 2, taking bar breaks. What does this mean? To quote the great Jay-Z himself, let the beat breathe. And that is a lot of Jack Harlow's bread and butter on this album. Let's listen to a snippet of this Jack Harlow song to better understand what I mean by taking bar breaks.
Once people lose touch with you, they start to hate you, start to show you their true nature, start to be the ones in the comments that's talking about you like you a stranger, talking about you like y'all didn't have class together, talking like you not humble now or you acting better, speaking on the things you've done that they haven't ever.
Now that you've listened, Hopefully you somewhat understand what I mean by taking bar breaks. This is how Jack Harlow creates a mood and a quote-unquote vibe. He appears to pause to allow the listener to soak in his words. He also creates a pace and allows the mood of the music to chime in after his words. That's right, the music essentially is chiming in the moments he does not speak. In this case, it's not necessary for him to fill every nook and cranny of the beat with words. You don't have to be verbose all the time. In his case, the pauses and breaks help create a melodramatic feel to his delivery and his demeanor, again helping create the sense of hyper-reality or relatability. Now, it's important to note, if you are not a lyrical miracle rapper, wordiness, which is what verbose means, can work against you. That's right. Sometimes saying too many words, filling every corner and pocket of the beat, can actually disengage the listener. And it makes it hard to grasp the rhythmic pace, syncopation, or more simply put, the bop. In this case, while Jack Harlow is lyrically efficient, he is not filling every pocket of the beat with words. And while being lyrically adept, he is also still creating a vibe by pausing and taking breaks. Another comparable artist who frequents this very function is Drake. You can listen to many Drake songs and notice that he will pause to create a dramatic effect or let the words sink in. And last but not least, the final technique that Jack Harlow uses in his music is the sing-song melody technique. That's right, guys. Do not be afraid to attempt to make a melody out of a phrase or a bar. If you listen closely, Jack Harlow achieves this on quite a few of his songs on this album, including Cream and Same Guy. Let's give a listen.
Does it add up when you do the bad stuff? Time keeps moving past us. If they gon' shoot, then I pray they end up shooting past us. Temptations that I knew to pass up, but I didn't. When I said I love you, I really thought I meant it.
In the song Same Guy, Jack Harlow consistently utilizes this very basic melody. But just think, when you're listening to a beat and you want to add an additional layer of melody, it is completely safe and organic to hum your melody to the song. And then after that, you can then start placing phrases, words, catchphrases, common phrases in a sing-song melodic format to match the beat. It is a very easy technique to implement in your rapping. Quite frankly, some of your favorite hit songs use this very approach. Drake himself is quite the master of implementing a melody into his bars and, of course, most notably, his courses. Now that you have these tips and tricks in hand, you can right away implement them into your rap music. Like I said, the 3 things you want to consider and the 3 things to take away from this Jack Harlow breakdown is his vocal tone and approach, rapping like he talks. The second, let the beat breathe. Bar breathers, taking a break while you rap. You don't have to fill the beat up with words completely. And last but not least, implementing melodies into your verses as well as your courses for a more memorable effect. All right, y'all, it's your man, Coach Kofi Bafford, aka Kof Baff, part of the How to Rap team, signing off.